Hi everyone at Yankee Stadium, I'm Sweeney Murdy. June 2nd is known throughout baseball as Lou Gehrig Day, with the idea being to put a focus on raising awareness for ALS, which is known to everyone as Lou Gehrig's disease. If you've ever known anyone afflicted with ALS, it's a special and poignant day, and it is so for my guest, Gerrit of the New York Yankees. Gerrit, your family has a special connection to this. How and why did it get started?
My in-laws, the Crawfords, are from Pleasanton, and it's kind of a small town. There's only two big leaguers that have come out of there, or that are currently in the major leagues now, Stephen Piscotty and Brandon, and they grew up together. Both my wife and Brandon. Stephen's kind of right in the middle. And unfortunately, Stephen has a personal connection with this disease. His mother passed away from it. And so my father-in-law has just taken to the cause, was serving on the board of kind of this idea kind of before it happened, and also doing a fundraiser and things with Piscotty in Arizona, golf fundraiser in the off season as well. And things kind of came to fruition with MLB rather quickly soon after that.
Yeah, your father-in-law, Mike Crawford, I mean, he was on this committee that got Lou Gehrig Day on the map last year. How special was it to just kind of get that started and get the first one on board?
It's just cool to see people accomplish things, and how hard he had worked, and he's fighting for a cause that's personal to him and obviously personal to the Yankees. So it just means it's a really special opportunity that we can be impactful, I guess.
Yeah, there's still the idea is about raising awareness, because even though like in baseball we know who Lou Gehrig is, and so we know what Lou Gehrig's disease is, but really there's still a lot of people who aren't really fully aware of what it is and what it does, and that's kind of what making June 2nd Lou Gehrig Day was all about for all these people, was making sure that there are people who know what you're dealing with here. Yeah,
it's one of the more tough, I feel like, diseases to deal with. It's very painful, and the people that have to fight it are truly heroes, really.
What do you remember about really talking to Stephen Piscotty during his family's battle and what they were going through?
I remember actually we were playing the A's in and around the time I think that things kind of became public, and we wrote Stephen a card as just kind of a club together. So it's kind of the least you can do in a situation like that. Baseball's a family, and so we like to take care of each other.
Things were a little bit different last year with still dealing with protocols and shutdowns and things like that, but what do you remember about just the involvement of that first Lou Gehrig Day and having it recognized and being able to be a part of that?
It just makes it so much more special to be here. Like, how cool is that? And we got some bottles of wine that we've saved, and at some point we'll open them or maybe just pull them out to just commemorate. I think all the work that went into doing this. It was a special day for our family, regardless of the protocols.
One of the things that's really cool is we get to hear the speech again, which you do a lot around here especially. But July 4th, 1939, Lou Gehrig gives his famous speech. What does that mean to you?
Well, first of all, it's just so timeless. Like, I don't understand how you can be such a great speaker and great ball player at the same time. Like, what a blessed individual to make something that will, is up there with the greatest speeches, wartime speeches, whatever it may be. But it's just impactful, I think, to listen to, and every once in a while, I feel like you maybe sometimes take something new every time you hear it.
As a Yankee fan who grew up watching a different era of Yankees, I'm sure you know a little bit more about Yankee history too. Lou Gehrig's career is kind of fun to look at once in a while, especially when you see, to me, what I find fascinating is looking at the last year or two of his career when it's, medically we know his body was starting to shut down, and he's still playing at such an amazing level.
I think, I originally became kind of interested in Lou Gehrig because I I always thought Babe Ruth got most of the attention, right? And I was a little kid, and I was like, this Lou guy, he's the underdog. Yeah. No, I mean, he was obviously every bit as good as the greatest ball players of all time, and one of the toughest. I remember in my book report, I think he broke somewhere between 11 and 17 bones and played through broken fingers and broken hands all the time, which was probably more common during that era, obviously, with the type of gloves and the equipment that they had. But at the same time, we're all still human beings. That is an intense amount of pain tolerance that you have to endure. It's quite impressive. And then we just get into, just the physical rigors of playing that many consecutive games in a row. As somebody that's healthy and doing it, it's painful. So it's just what a marvelous achievement.
I forgot. You mentioned this last year. What grade were you in when you did the book report?
I don't remember the grade. I don't remember when it. I don't remember it.
You're in this uniform now. You've been in the big leagues and worn a couple other uniforms, but when you wear this uniform now, and Lou Gehrig means something completely different, right?
It's just different when you're a Yankee. Like everybody says it. It's like cliche, but it just I don't know. It's just kind of a magical thing, and stuff like Old Timers Day, when the sun's out, it feels like the jerseys are brighter. And when we talk about, great players that are playing the game now and when they have like great success, and then we compare them to people like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and Mickey Mantle and Joe DiMaggio. And it's like, Whitey Ford, and it's just unbelievable. They're all here. They're all wearing the same one. It's like, there's no shortage of great players that keep you in check and remind you who you are.
Your family had an integral part of getting the first one off the ground. As we get to the second Lou Gehrig Day, is there something that you would like fans to know, something you'd like to impart to them?
The human element to the day is kind of about compassion. It's about obviously celebrating a great player with, legendary virtues, but more so, if you know somebody that's affected, it's just sometimes it's a look, sometimes it's a hug or a handshake or something that we can hopefully make somebody's day a little bit better that's going through that tough fight or has been affected by it.
As we come to the day, if you want to learn more about it, there are a number of different places to go. I can point you to two places to learn a little bit more. IamALS.org and LG4day.com. Gerrit, thank you for your family's involvement. Thank you for your involvement, and thanks for spending a couple of minutes talking to us about it.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.